Welcome to the world of liquid gold, a luxury beverage born from extreme conditions in the heart of Ontario's frozen landscapes during the peak of winter. At this moment, as Canada sleeps under a blanket of snow, a high-stakes race against time and nature begins in the middle of the freezing night. Icewine is much more than just a drink. It is the ultimate essence of human perseverance and a breathtaking miracle granted by the natural world. While most of the world stays warm indoors, dedicated harvesters prepare for a grueling shift in temperatures reaching a bone-chilling -10 degrees Celsius. Every single grape is a tiny treasure, waiting for the perfect thermal moment to release its concentrated sweetness and become something truly extraordinary for the glass. This delicate process requires a touch of iron and a heart of ice, as the timing must be absolutely perfect to preserve the fruit's integrity. The air is thick with anticipation and the scent of winter as the team organizes for the most important harvest of the entire year. Observe the rich, honey-like texture of this liquid gold, a stark and beautiful contrast to the harsh, freezing environment where its journey first began. It takes an entire season of patience and a night of extreme labor to produce just a few precious drops of this world-renowned Canadian specialty. Ontario's unique geography creates the perfect stage for this annual drama, where the elements align to create one of the rarest wines on earth. Join us as we explore the secret craftsmanship and the technological precision required to harvest these frozen gems in the dead of the Canadian winter. The Great Lakes act as a giant heat sink, regulating the climate and providing the consistent freezing temperatures necessary for the grapes to freeze perfectly. While other grapes are picked in September, these vines must wait in silence through the autumn gales and the first heavy snowfalls of the year. For months, these grapes are shielded behind protective nets, a vital barrier against the hungry birds and wildlife that roam the winter landscape for food. Every cluster must be guarded with care, as the high sugar content makes them an irresistible target for animals struggling to survive the harsh season. This is a period of intense waiting and observation, where the farmer's intuition is just as important as the data gathered from the field sensors. The sugar levels, or bricks, must reach incredible heights as the water inside the fruit slowly evaporates, leaving behind only the most concentrated flavors. As the grapes dehydrate on the vine, the acidity and sugar achieve a delicate balance that is impossible to replicate through any other winemaking method. The farmers are essentially gambling with their entire livelihood, praying that the frost comes at the right time before the fruit begins to rot. Nerves are high as the temperature fluctuates. The window of opportunity is narrow, and the risks of losing the entire crop are very real. For nearly 4 months, these grapes endure the elements, their skins toughening and their essence deepening under the relentless Canadian cold and winter winds. In the modern age, satellite data and hyperlocal weather apps have become the farmer's most trusted companions in predicting the exact moment for harvest. Nature is the ultimate director here, and the winery must be ready to mobilize at a moment's notice when the mercury finally hits the mark. The machines are prepped, the bins are cleaned, and the crew stays on standby, waiting for the signal that will start their midnight marathon. Modern ice wine production is a marriage of ancient tradition and cutting-edge technology, where every degree of temperature is tracked with absolute precision. These sensors are the eyes and ears of the winery, providing real-time updates from every corner of the estate to ensure no vine is missed. At -8 degrees, the water inside the grape turns to solid ice, leaving behind a thick, viscous liquid that is incredibly rich in sugar. This natural separation is the secret to the wine's intensity. Only the non-frozen nectar will be extracted during the pressing process later tonight. The dead of night is when the magic happens, as the temperature usually reaches its lowest point during the quiet hours before the dawn. -10 degrees is the sweet spot. Any warmer and the juice is too diluted, any colder and the grapes become too hard to press. Suddenly, the silent field erupts into activity. The alarm has been given, and the battle to harvest the frozen treasure has officially begun. The team moves with practiced speed, knowing that they only have a few hours before the morning sun ruins the delicate freezing of the fruit. Coordination is key in this frantic environment, as every minute spent in the cold affects the quality of the final precious product in the bottle. These workers are the unsung heroes of the wine world,
Bring the next one right here.
facing brutal winds and freezing temperatures to bring in the year's most difficult crop. With the final confirmation from the lab, the harvest is greenlit, and the manual labor begins under the glow of the artificial moon. The vineyard becomes a hive of mechanical and human energy, a stark contrast to the frozen stillness that had gripped the valley for weeks. Hand harvesting is mandatory here. Machines would be too rough for the brittle, frozen vines and could damage the precious, concentrated fruit clusters. The grapes are so hard they rattle like pebbles. This frozen state is essential to ensure that only the sugar-rich essence is collected today. The physical toll is immense. Fingers go numb and the wind bites at any exposed skin, yet the workers push forward with incredible focus. It is a scene of haunting beauty, a small army of people working in harmony against the sheer power of a Canadian winter storm. Every single berry is valuable. It takes an incredible amount of fruit to produce even a small volume of the highly sought-after ice wine. The clock is ticking. As soon as a bin is full, it must be transported to the press before any thawing can possibly occur. The logistics of a midnight harvest are a nightmare, but the speed of delivery is the only way to guarantee the wine's legendary quality. In the light, they look like jewels, amethyst, and ruby spheres frozen in time, carrying the soul of the vineyard without icy shipments. The approach of dawn brings a new sense of urgency. The temperature will rise soon, and the window for perfect harvesting will vanish. Experience and teamwork are on full display as the crew moves through the final sections of the field before the sun breaks the horizon. Every degree matters now. The race is in its final stages, and the intensity of the winery is reaching a fever pitch of activity. The harvest arrives at the production facility, where the second half of this incredible journey is about to take place in a controlled environment. The outdoor battle is won. Now the delicate task of extracting the liquid gold from these frozen spheres begins under the expert's watchful eye. Stepping inside, the air is filled with the scent of fermented fruit and the hum of machinery, a sanctuary from the freezing collapse. The grapes are kept frozen throughout the pressing process. If they were allowed to melt, the water would dilute the precious sugar and flavor. It takes an enormous amount of force to crush these icy marbles. The pressure is far greater than what is used for traditional wine production. Look at the viscosity of this nectar. It's not like juice. It's more like a rich, honeyed syrup packed with the essence of the grape. This is the purest form of the fruit, a concentrate that contains all the character of the soil and the season in a single drop. The yield is incredibly low. A single vine that might produce an entire bottle of normal wine will only give a few drops of ice wine. This rarity is why ice wine is often sold in smaller, elegant bottles, reflecting its status as a luxury item and a labor of love. The winemaker immediately tests the sugar levels. The reading must be high enough to meet the strict legal standards for authentic Canadian ice wine. Success. The data confirms that the freezing night and the team's hard work have resulted in a harvest of truly world-class potential. The juice is then moved to these tanks for a long, slow fermentation. Because the sugar content is so high, the yeast works very slowly. Fermentation can take several months, far longer than standard wines, as the liquid slowly transforms into the complex masterpiece it is destined to be. During this time, the sharp acidity and intense sweetness begin to integrate, creating the harmonious flavor profile that ice wine is famous for. It is a moment of quiet triumph for the winemaker, seeing the fruit of a year's labor finally begin its final evolution in the sun. Finally, the journey of the liquid gold reaches its destination, a sophisticated celebration where every drop is savored and appreciated by connoisseurs. Presentation is everything for such a rare treat. Chilled to perfection, the wine is ready to reveal the secrets of the Ontario frost. Notice the deep, radiant color, a liquid sunshine captured in the middle of a blizzard, offering a taste of warmth in every single sip. The weight of the wine in the glass tells the story of its concentration, a testament to the freezing process that defined its very existence. The bouquet is an explosion of scent honey, peach, and exotic spices all competing for attention. A sensory miracle born from a frozen vineyard.
Perfectly
its
chilled
intense
for
flavor
your
profile
enjoyment
makes
this
it the
evening.
perfect partner for rich desserts or pungent cheeses, creating a balance that dances beautifully on the palate. This is the true value of ice wine. It brings people together to share a story of resilience, craftsmanship, and the beauty of nature. One sip, and you can feel the history of that -10-degree night, the biting wind, and the incredible effort required to make this moment possible. As the sun rises over the quiet rows of vines, the farmer reflects on another successful season, a battle won against the elements once again. It is a life of dedication and high risk, but the reward is a product that is celebrated and cherished all around the entire world.
Cheers.
Every bottle is a trophy, a symbol of Canada's ability to turn a harsh and unforgiving climate into a source of world-class excellence and beauty. Next time you enjoy a glass of ice wine, remember the frozen nights in the hands that worked tirelessly to bring you this liquid gold. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Subscribe to our channel for more secrets behind the world's most fascinating and extraordinary products.